Hey, how's it going? This is Brian from B's Music Shop, and I'm here with Chris from Breedlove, showing us what we got for 2024. How's it going, Chris?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, and thank you guys for coming and hanging out in the booth. Anaheim is absolutely beautiful this time of year. It's good to be back here in January.
The sun is shining today, which in Michigan, it's behind, I think, the moon. I don't know.
I understand, and in Oregon, we're kind of in the same boat, so we're kind of in the running in the same thing. But I got a lot of cool stuff.
Nice.
You guys
Check it out.
So, first and foremost, this is our Tom Bedell signature guitar. First time he's actually put his name on a Breedlove guitar. We're so excited to do this. This is kind of has that repertoire 60s and 70s vibes of him with a sound hole pickup from LR Bags, all Myrtlewood, top, back, and sides of master grade Myrtlewood. Check out the figure on this.
Yeah, it's super cool. I was playing that right before we started because I was like, that's the one I want to check out.
And there's some cool little things, slotted headstock going with it. It's a 12-fret parlor. This is one of my favorites in the whole show. It actually sounds huge.
That's a really cool. And and the Myrtle looks so cool in there. Yeah.
And Myrtlewood is grown right in our backyard in Oregon. It's only about 90 miles from our office, like right off the coast. And so this is a really big part of what we do as well. So.
Yeah. Awesome.
But check these out. We've got some limited edition color options for the Oregon series. You guys are probably familiar with Oregon series if you're checking us out.
Yeah.
So check out these.
I think a few of these we already have that just came out. So.
Yep. So this is going to be the first one that we're going to put out this year. Each one of these are limited to only 50 pieces. So we're only going to have 50 of each one. This is known as the Sahara. These are all Myrtlewood top, back, and sides guitars. This particular one has a gradient finish going from bottom to top. Oh, love this.
Yeah,
and it works it from the back of it also into the neck.
So we're going with a nature theme this year. Last year it was alcohol.
Oh, we did the alcoholic series. You know, we went on our binge and we we decided we were going to go a little bit of a different direction.
Spiritual.
What can I say?
Just nature.
This particular one is the second one we're going to do, but this is our celebration of Earth Day. So obviously our conservation efforts that we put into sustainability is really important to us, and this is a really good example of that. This guitar is our non-cutaway concert, Myrtlewood top, back, and sides, but there's absolutely no plastic in this guitar. There's no preamp, no nothing, and it sounds absolutely huge.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And then just check this out.
Yeah, I really think like the limiteds you guys have done the last few years, like you could just really tell you're like leaning into the artistic, like how to stain them.
Absolutely.
And like, it's just like every year there's like, you can tell you're just kind of pushing it a little bit.
Absolutely. Our master painter in Bend, Jade is the name. Guy is an artisan when it comes to paint. Our paint work, we really feel is second to none. We're really proud of what we do in there.
Yeah.
So we also have the hot rod, and this is in a thin line configuration.
Oh, wow.
That has the LR Bags preamp. Same thing with that gradient finish. And you can see the figured Myrtlewood on that.
I originally, when I walked up on this, I thought it was the Tequila Sunrise from last year because there's a little bit similar.
There's some similarities, but instead of going up into the yellow, we it's from dark over to that orange, and then on the back is just stunning.
That's so cool.
A little bit of a different vibe, but we also wanted to really showcase the thin line because we've really been successful with the thin line concerts in the Oregon series. Oh, and then last and certainly not least, stay on there. Come on, stands. This is the Sable, which will be the one at the ending of this year. Real classic guitar, might be one of my favorites. Same thing with the all Myrtlewood.
Such a pretty fade.
And then, continuing in Oregon series, just to make our way over on here, we didn't bring all of them because we don't have enough hooks for that, but we have representation of all the color options within Oregon series. So to make it easy for you and your customers, any Oregon series that you can get from us is going to come in these 3 color options moving forward. Okay. So companion, concertina, concert, concerto, 12-string, thin line, you can get them in any of these colors.
Nice. All 6?
Yep. So we have, actually, it's these 3. These are just different ones.
Oh, okay, yes.
Mm-hmm. So
those are the same colors I now look when I look down.
I hear. I don't.
It's better, coffee.
You guys have done great with the stormy nights.
Yeah, those are great.
We did put these out late last year. This is a new one for this year. This is the Old Fashioned. We decided to take the Old Fashioned Limited that we had last year. Yeah. It was so successful that we were like, we got to put this in the line.
Yeah. It's like kind of it's like a slightly different take on like the whiskey barrel you guys did for so long.
Yep,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. And then everyone knows and loves our natural Myrtlewood that we've always done.
That's cool. Such a cool top. Such a cool figure.
Absolutely.
You know, I know we kind of skip by it before we get too far.
Yeah.
That the Jeff Bridges guitar. I liked a couple days ago. We saw John Mayer playing one of those. That was really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So John and Jeff.
The one in the corner
I
over
don't
there.
know the exact thing behind the collaboration of that, but yeah, it was really cool. John was really enjoying that guitar, and Jeff's been doing collaborations with us for a long, long, long time. That's
And then we are all in this together on the neck and the back far
Yep.
corner back there. Yeah, I just saw John Mayer with that, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
It's a real special guitar. Same thing, Myrtlewood top, back, and sides. Jeff is a great partner of ours. We appreciate everything that we do with him, and it's a great relationship for the two of us.
And he's the dude.
He's
So
the
I
dude.
mean, you can't. How can you get higher than having the
can't.
dude?
It's not. You don't. You just don't.
All right, this is cool.
Heading on down. So this is where we go from the Oregon series over to Premier series. Premier series is that, you guys, it's a little bit more of the traditional wood configurations. You're going to see
Yes.
Indian rosewood. You'll see Adirondack spruce. You'll see some redwoods, things like that. Like, for instance, this one right here, this is our concerto in burnt amber that we've done this one for a little while, but same Adirondack spruce, East Indian rosewood back and sides. This is our biggest body size, perfect for those dreadnought players that you guys have, and it's a little bit more comfortable. LR Bags preamp. And then over here, this is new for this year. I actually totally skipped over that. That's actually in Oregon. See, we can't even put these things in order. We were hanging out too much last night. It is what it is. But this is our new saddleback finish on spruce for the Oregons.
That's cool.
So we changed it up. This is more of like a two-tone burst type of a vibe. Now we have a semi-gloss stained Myrtlewood back and sides, but Myrtlewood with a real dark, tint that's on that right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I love the figure on the neck right over here.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
You always know which ones are made in Oregon and Bend. We have our Bend stamp right over there that we stamp into every single one of those. Anyway, so I'll jump back into Premier though. So, continuing forward with those, we have redwood tops with, this is our thin line concert and the companion, and then the concertina. And depending on the piece of redwood that you get, you'll see some of them, like this one, has some amazing mineral marks and stuff that's on it, really makes it stand out.
That's cool.
And the concertinas, if you guys aren't familiar, this is, our 12 fret parlor type of guitar.
Yeah.
So,
Those are really cool.
isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it's super pretty.
I love it.
You guys just have really good rosewood.
Thank you. I mean, our commitment to sustainability is like none other. We refuse to use any clear-cut wood in any instrument that's made by Breedlove. It's all sustainably harvested, responsibly harvested wood, either fallen timber. We work really close with our wood supply partners. It's part of our foundation. It's really important of what we do. Yeah. So, continuing on, you'll see now these ones is completely outside of the box. You guys, have you ever seen the Design Your Own Breedlove program?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the Design Your Own Breedlove program, we brought 2 examples with us. These were totally designed with this program that's right on breedlovemusic.com and is also on your guys' website. And you can go and design your own Breedlove to the specs that you want. We don't make a guitar that has a red cedar top, but then also a Myrtlewood back and sides.
Oh, that's cool. Well, clearly you made one.
Well, we made this one.
You made that one.
And that one has like a maple neck and stuff too. So it's
I love that actually.
It's a very different vibe. It's not something you would typically see designed, but you know what? We were like, we did I'm going to click this and we'll do this. And we just designed this really amazing guitar and it sounds huge.
That's awesome.
Classy with the slotted headstock on the concertina body, non-cutaway, perfect finger picking style guitar.
Yeah, that's speaking my language right there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But then complete opposite side of the spectrum is the the concerto. This has the sinker redwood top.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
But the koa back and sides.
Oh my god.
I'll just let you take that in.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I
do know about that program, and personally, for my own benefit, I try to remember not remember it exists.
No,
it's like,
well, then you'll buy a lot more guitars.
Yeah, well,
but they'll be for you.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've been like most of the way there a few times. I've been like, I'm doing it, and then I'm like,
I'm with you. Well, I'm telling you,
so cool.
I mean, your customers go to his website and go and check out the builder and go and design your own Breedlove guitar because it'll tell you what it's going to cost right at the end. They'll get you all squared away and we can deliver it to you in 6 months or less.
Do you do some of the paint finishes on them?
So no, there is a wide variety of the paint finishes and you'll see them on there.
Okay.
We don't do every single one. We got to like keep it a little off sheet.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But there's a ton of options that are on there with what's available. Like we can't do the hot rod finish on redwood.
Yes.
It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
As much as we would like to be able to say that, but that's why we need light colored woods. We could pull that off on spruce.
Jerry always tries to remind me that I have a bunch of slime green bees guitars that I use in the YouTube
Why
channel.
have we not made a slime green Breedlove guitar?
That's why he keeps seeing like we should make a slime green. I'm like, I would buy a slime green.
Okay, well,
and then, I know. I want a slime green
do
burst.
that? I mean,
have you ever seen the Reverend I play like on our YouTube channel?
Of course.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Okay.
So
well, I'm gonna need that because we're gonna need to make a guitar and we're gonna figure this out.
just put a cat on it.
Yes, I'll put a cat on the headstock.
That's what I do. I put a cat on everything.
Okay,
so.
well, remember this moment because we're going to figure out how to do this.
This is how I'm getting a bad cat made from basically the same thing. We're going to get green bad cat, I think.
I love it. But yeah, remember this moment because I'm going to build you this guitar out of nowhere.
This is the moment I went into severe credit card debt. More than already.
But these are really, really special. This is our limited edition premiere stuff this year.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, that's thin. That's cool.
I don't know where that one went. She's disappeared in the ether. Oh, she's over there.
Yeah.
So, in case you did not know, we have the world's largest collection of Brazilian rosewood to be able to use into our guitars. Us having that makes it so that we can make the best sounding guitars with the most sought after tone wood for back and sides out there, and literally at the lowest price that you can find. So, two good examples of that are these two guys right here. Essentially, they're the same guitar. It's a two-tone burst. This is our concert body with a cutaway. And then this is our concerto body, non-cutaway. That's the only difference between them. And you'll see, I'll take this one down because she's one of my favorites. This is Brazilian rosewood back and sides. You can see the really gorgeous sapwood right over here.
Oh, man, that's really cool.
And this has the Adirondack spruce top. Now this guitar right here, we're only going to make 25 of these, period.
Yeah.
MAP is $6,599. So when you look at Brazilian rosewood guitars, more than fair in comparison to any other brand that's out there because of that collection that we have.
Yeah.
Really, really special guitars. I don't even need to, you'll know how big this guitar sounds. It's absolutely phenomenal. Same thing with this one. It's like I said, same guitar, but just cut away with the concert size.
That's so pretty.
I may have not already mentioned this. I can be redundant. Eller Bags preamp. Brazilian
You've been talking
rosewood.
about a lot of guitars.
I have.
So. I like that three-piece.
We did the
such a
three-piece.
Nice, yeah, that nice traditional like triangle kind of. Mm-hmm. There's probably a word for it that I don't know, but
I'm not that fancy. I'm not that fancy.
I call it three-piece,
it's three-piece and it's pretty. You know?
It's super pretty.
And keep in mind, Brazilian rosewood, it's like a fingerprint. Every piece is different.
Yeah.
So like with the 25-piece runs that we'll do, you'll see different ones that have different patterns on them and stuff. Just keep an eye on those types of things. And then over here, we continued into the thin line concerts. This is all right, brace yourself, mineralized buckskin redwood top.
What is that?
This.
Yeah, I was like, explain.
So when you have moisture and watermarks go into the redwood, you can get some really interesting patterns.
Yeah.
And when that moisture goes in, it kind of opens up the pores of the wood a little bit. So you get some real nice warmth and mid-range out of it. And then it makes it look really, really gorgeous. And it really stands on its own. This is a thin line, so it's our 3.5-inch depth. And this also is the Brazilian rosewood back and sides.
Nice.
Again, it's a 25-piece run. MAP on it's right there at $6,999. Also a very, very special instrument. And this right here is our last limited that I'll show you from these. This is the companion in our triple burst. So the companion body style is something we recently shifted into the USA shop, and we nailed it on these guitars. What a great solution for a personal sized instrument.
Yeah.
Sounds absolutely huge. For something that is this size, but it can sound as big as it does, you've really got to get one in your hands and try it. So
nice.
I know that These guys are going to have it in stock. Please stop by. Maybe not this one, but hopefully you get this one. It's only 25 of them, but check out that.
That's so cool.
Brazilian rosewood.
That's so cool.
And then the last thing in Breedlove USA. I'll take a quick shift over here. We completely redesigned the Legacy series from the ground up, did a full refresh on all of them.
Yeah.
And really came out with some really special stuff. We have a lot of catalog models and then some limited ones. So this right here is a catalog Legacy companion. This one is a Port Orford cedar top. Notice little things that we did with these. We changed up the rosette with like the block rosette. Yeah. When you go over this way, you'll see that we stuck with our vintage B logo right up here. How sick, bees.
I know. Everything's a B. We do Beatronics.
It kind of just one works. Note. And then check out this. This is the figured Claro walnut back and sides.
That's cool. That's so pretty. That is so pretty.
It's the little details, you know.
Yeah, the little caps.
Really?
I like the little white lines. Those are so neat. Mm-hmm. Just in the binding. It's like the matching wood binding, but putting the white like purfling in there. That's so cool.
For any of you guys that may not know, no Breedloves have any bridge pins. This has our pinless Delta bridges on them. All of our guitars do. So this is something that you probably are aware of if you know about our brand, but just to kind of call that out. If someone who's new to our brand, thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yeah. I've been looking at this one for a little bit here.
She's been looking at you.
Okay.
You see the eye?
That's I don't know about that, but
this right here is a really special guitar. This is a limited run, all figured koa top, back, and sides with flamed maple binding and then spalted maple right here. This also has the maple binding around the entire neck. This has our singular B logo that's here from our vintage logo. And when you make your way back down, you'll see this has our vintage winged bridge on it.
That's so cool.
Flamed koa is extremely hard to come by, and it is a really special thing when you get really nice pieces of it.
Yeah, yeah.
We're limited on the amount of wood supply that we have of this. That's why we had to keep this. I think we're only going to build 8 of these.
Oh my god!
I have to double check.
Yeah.
Price on those, you probably just saw it. It's $7,399. Does that sound right?
$299.
$7,200. I wanted that extra.
See what a bargain,
guys. I tried. But yeah.
Yeah, I was like that's got to be a pricey boy.
Worth every penny. It's gorgeous. Moving over to right here. This is the Legacy Concertina Cinnamon Burst. We brought our Cinnamon Burst back. It was really, really successful for us for many, many years, and we wanted to bring it back. This has a solid European spruce top. And then when you flip this over, you'll see that this has the koa back and sides.
Ooh, and the burst on it.
I call this the Eye of Sauron.
Nice.
Couldn't help myself. But then the wood binding, this is bloodwood binding. Also has the white and black plies. Really nice accent to it. And this is our concertina body, which is, again, that 12-fret parlor. Has the slotted headstock, real classy with the vintage B logo.
Cool. That's awesome. There's so many pretty guitars.
This is the Concerto in the Legacy series. This is a catalog model that you guys can get all year round. Solid Adirondack spruce top. And then the mahogany back and sides.
Oh, it's pretty.
Mm-hmm. And we burst the back of it. Real classy look. That flamed maple binding again on this model.
So big.
Yes. So it really, when you do the non-cutaway in the Concerto, I mean, it really, really brings out this huge, big guitar and with big sound that goes to it.
Nice. I think it sounds awesome.
I love this guitar. I'll save the best for last to me, which is going to be, we'll go over to this one. So, again, that thin line, we continue with it in this limited run for the Legacy series. And over this one, you'll see that this has the sunken red cedar top.
Yeah, that's so pretty looking.
Mm-hmm. I love the wide grain.
Yeah, and it's so, like, straight.
Yep. And then you'll see on the back of this, you'll see it has the figured ovincole.
Yeah.
With the bloodwood binding.
That is so cool.
I don't know if I mentioned this. It has Godot hardware. This has the 510 Godot hardware on it.
Nice. It's cool. And the best for last. What's this?
Oh my
You know, you
God.
get me so curious.
Well, I'm a sucker for Cocobolo. I can't help myself. But so this one right here.
Who isn't?
I understand. Well, I'll tell you, this is a catalog model. This is not limited. You guys can get this all year round. So this is a legacy concert with the figured redwood top.
That is so pretty.
Brace yourselves.
No, that's really pretty. Yeah.
And this is that Cocobolo back and sides. And we burst the back of it so it really brings the accent of the center with that. So
That's so cool. I like the spalted around the sound hole too. That's a really pretty grain on the one on this one. That's so cool. Kookaburra. Kookaburra. I just want to say I just want to say like a bunch of weird. I have
Please
not
do.
enough coffee. I've not enough coffee this morning.
But that's what we have new in 2024 in Breedlove USA. It's been a great year.
Awesome.
We can't wait to get into 2024.
What are these do not touch guitars out here?
Well, you can't touch them.
Oh, well, I was kind of hoping that I just kind of sneak my way into touching them.
Well,
that's all I'm trying to do.
If we have to bend the rules a little bit.
Okay.
So these are our showstopper guitar.
That's what I came in. I just kept doing that and making eye contact with people.
Well, here, I'll tell you what. So,
Oh.
I know nothing. And so these two guitars are our showstopper guitars. Now that one's for a different brand. That's Bedell guitars. So
Yeah.
I'll show you this one right here. This goes back to that whole Cocobolo thing. This guitar is one of one. We are only building one. It is a showstopper. Our dealers have the ability to enter a drawing to be able to purchase this, to be able to sell to their customers. You entered the drawing.
I didn't even know it was a drawing. I just
Okay.
knew I couldn't touch it.
Okay, well, there's a drawing. If you want to buy it, you might be able to buy it. And
All right.
and then so that's our 2024 showstopper. This one right here has a 3A master grade Myrtlewood top with the red burst that's around it. Cocobolo fretboard. Cocobolo veneer on the headstock with the Vintage B logo. All right, again, I'm going to flip this
Okay,
thing
you're gonna
over.
flip it?
And then
It's Kookaburra.
and then we have the Cocobolo back and sides.
so
We
pretty.
even burst the back of the neck. It's North
Oh,
American
it's so pretty.
maple to kind of match up with it. It's a really special instrument.
Yeah.
And again, one of one.
All right, is there a price attached to this?
There is. So this guitar right here, I gotta use my notes. $8,524.
So it's like 3 Toyota Corollas.
I think I'd rather this.
No, I'd rather this too,
I
but-
mean,
Just it is great though, man.
Thank
Yeah, the
you.
bridge is so pretty.
the
It's
Cocobolo
so.
winged bridge. It's
Yeah.
really special.
Can we look at the? Can we look at the Bedell
check
too?
out. I can show you the Bedell. Absolutely.
I know you're not doing as much. Oh, you have the Bedell over here. I just want to look at things that stop the show. Oh, I love that bridge. That's so cool.
Well,
I love those like tiny
sign,
little.
That's here.
Here's where you put all the bridge pins. That's what you do with
All the
all the
bridge
bridge
pins are on the
pins.
Bedells.
Yeah, they're all in the Bedells.
So this is a really special guitar. Same thing, one of one. The price of this, I'll start there. The price of this guitar is $21,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice.
So what do you get when you get this guitar? This guitar being one of one. We'll start with actually the back and the sides. This is made of Milagro Brazilian back and sides.
Nice.
Every little detail that you can think of between having the pearl binding on the back, here on the end cap here. We burst the neck. This is a 12 fret parlor with the slotted headstock. You can see we obviously did the specialty inlay.
Nice.
Now the real story behind this is in the top. So the top of this guitar is ancient Sitka spruce.
Oh, nice.
We carbon dated this to be just under 3,000 years old.
Wow.
Really great story with our wood supplier on this. This log was underground for an extremely, extremely long time. When we cut into that log, it oxidized this wood and made something really special with these grays and greens. And it is, from a sound standpoint, it's really not like anything you've heard.
Yeah.
I'm almost afraid to hit a chord with it just because of what it is. But it really is something special for something that's a parlor-sized guitar that sounds that big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we can't make another one of these. We literally do not have the wood to do it.
Yeah. No, that's such a cool thing. I mean, yeah, you think about that, if it's 3,000 years old, that's 1,000 BC that tree grew in.
Yep, absolutely. We're predating pyramids.
Yeah. Well, hey, Chris, I super appreciate you talking
Guys,
to us.
thank
letting
you.
us, I'm touching it. I'm doing it. All right.
I saw nothing.
Who
Have you
knows?
seen him?
All right. Well, hey, Chris, thanks
Guys,
for talking to us
thank you
today.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out.